I want to make this stream and leave it up. I'll give people a few minutes to show up. It's an unannounced stream. There's a thing with YouTube that they want you to have a certain watch hours, certain amount of watch hours. And I could easily just put a stream up and abandon it, leave it for like 5 or 6 hours and get some cheesy free hours. That's kind of a lazy shit thing to do, and some YouTubers do it. So I'm gonna give you guys the actual stream that I will leave up, but it's gonna be announced. So I'll give people a few minutes. If it's one people, two people in here, three people, the stream will stay up for everybody to watch anyways. Why there's no music today. In the last stream, I put some music up and YouTube didn't like it. They decided to flag it for copyright. That's one of the things we're going to talk about: the flagging of copyright. Oh, let me turn this music off right here. A minor, not you, Chris, the CEO. We are going to talk about his fragrance, though. Do we have it here somewhere? Chris, the CEO's the boss, because you know how he's a boss and a CEO. How good is it? A lot of people giving it high praise. He's also one of the reasons that I no longer do first impressions, because when you smell it, you're like, wow, this actually smells kind of good. Just like when I go to the car wash and I smell would you like the $6 air freshener? Yeah, it smells pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily wear it on my skin. So when I see people, talk about the fragrance and that it's good, I just want to show you the cheap, low quality ingredients. No, that's not Kool-Aid. That's an actual fragrance in there. I think it's a melted Glade plug-in, to be honest with you. But look, I want you guys to see the high quality of Chris the CEO's fragrances. We're gonna spray this. Get your white teas out, people. Oh, what color that? What color is that? High quality. Is that that's some high quality Kool-Aid in there. What is that? Where do you get these oils from? Givaudan? What is that? Firmenich? But it's a good fragrance, right? Oh, it's not a fragrance at all. It's a car air freshener. And I don't know if you've seen Gent Sense talk about the amount of money that it costs to get into a house like Firmenich or Givaudan. Uh, it takes a ton of money. Not a lot of influencers can walk in and get their own fragrance. That's why you see Big Beard and Bow Tie and Redolescence. They go through Navitus because they don't have that kind of money. They don't have that kind of cachet in the industry to even deal with these fragrance houses. That's why Gent Sense is with Michael Malul. You have to be Jeremy Fragrance. You have to walk in with Alberto Marias. You have to be Curly Fragrance. You have to be the largest fragrance influencers on the planet to achieve that. And so when this guy comes with this trash, he bought these oils from Alibaba. I'm guessing maybe even Dapper. I got to throw this away because this started out as a video, but his fragrance gave me a headache. It's that cheaply, poorly made, and a lot of people think these fragrances are subjective. But even if I liked it and thought it smelled good, even if I liked it and thought it smelled good, or even if I hated it and I thought it smelled horrible, I could be objective and give it a review based on how well it's built, the materials in it, the artistic side of it. I'll give you a good example. I have a decant of Creed's Royal Mayfair, a fragrance I do not like. I've smelled it before. I've known for a while I do not like it, which is why it's not in my collection. But even though I don't like it, there's a 60-year-old man out there in a Rolls Royce somewhere dousing himself with that fragrance. He loves it. And I'll probably love it too when I'm 60, because it is well built. The ingredients are absolutely solid. It's got the Creed ambergris. It's got the magic. It's an amazing pine needle scent, more of a pine oil scent. Beautiful rose. It's very posh, as they say, but I don't like it at all. I'd still give it an 8.5 because fragrances aren't subjective, whether you like them or. And what's up, Elroy Prepson? I was on Tazzo's stream. A lot of people defending this guy and his trash, and that he's a fraud. Hey, so be it. Yeah, that's a touchy subject that I really don't like bringing on to other people's live streams because, of course, I cannot say all the things I would say here. Who's scamming today? Oh, the scams, the scams, the scams. There's so many scams. One of the biggest scams. Let me see if I even have this here. This fragrance right here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's grapeseed oil or whatever that whatever the hell is in there. Let me get to some questions first. I do like some animalic fragrances. Some people say Givenchy Gentleman, the original is animalic. I do like that. I do like some would say one of the Argos fragrances is animalic. I forget the name of it. One of the leather fragrances. Um Eugene's fragrance, one of the abstraits is animalic. I do like some of them. This is another good question right here. The sexiest stuff I've ever smelled on a woman. Let me tell you something. Let's start the scammers off with the women who are running around wearing the men's fragrances, saying they're wearing them. They're not actually wearing them. It's just odd that they'll pull out a Blue Day Chanel and do a review on Blue Day Chanel, knowing they never wear it. I've never smelled it on a woman. Have you? They can pull out Dior Homme Sport, give a review on it, and say, "Oh my God, man, you guys got to get this," knowing they never wear it. Because unlike a lot of these liars and basement dwellers, with my job comes interacting with a bunch of people. And me, I'm not afraid to approach a woman and say, "Hey, what are you wearing? That smells great." And they're not saying Bleu de Chanel. Okay. It's never Bleu de Chanel, I promise you. It's never Dior Homme Sport. You know what it always is? I get a lot of Okcha, a brand I thought only like people in the YouTube space knew what they were, but apparently they're big on Facebook and stuff. I get stuff like Okcha, Dossier. Yeah, because they're big on Facebook and some women buy those cheap fragrances. But for the most part, it's La Vie Estebelle from Lancome. It's Montguerlain. It is God, what is this fragrance? I swear I smell this all the time. Uh, it's just, but it's the most obviously Baccarat Rouge 540. That is the most common fragrance I smell on a woman actually out there in the real world. It's either Baccarat Rouge or a clone of Baccarat Rouge, like Ariana Grande Cloud. And then you'll get the occasional like Rihanna fragrance or something like Britney, Victoria's Secret, but they're not wearing a guy's fragrance. They are not. It's never like I'm wearing Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Any woman that's telling you that it's a flat out goddamn liar. That's one of the many scams. And I showed you the other, that pink Kool-Aid known as Krista CEO's fragrance. It's horrible. I almost bought that. Hello, Yara. Welcome. A lot of people think I don't know about my analytics. I do. I 0.3% of my viewers are women. Not joking. 0.3. So there's 3 chicks out there watching, or will watch at some point. This is another big scam that I love. This is my all-time favorite fragrance. And then look at the little air bubble in it because I've only had it for a few days. It's an all-time great. I love it. No, you don't, you liar. Let me show you what fragrances look like when you actually wear them. See this creed right here? Uh-huh. See that dent in it? Keep in mind, I have Mont Blanc Explorer. I have a bunch of Creed clones, Creed hybrids, and I've still used this much because I actually wear it. But oh wait, when I say this is one of my favorite fragrances, oh wait, look, see that dent? These people aren't wearing them. They're rushing out. Go look how many reviews are out on this fragrance. I don't mean first impressions, reviews of this fragrance that just came out. It's fucking amazingly funny. I love it. I love how they expose themselves. I don't search for them. They literally end up on my feed. There was a woman who I said, "Good God damn it, YouTube, stop sending this lady to my homepage. I do not watch this garbage." And somebody said, "Block her. That's how you get rid of her." And I tried to block her, and I hit the little 3 dots. It said report. I went to the page, and then the only option I could find is hide user from her channel. And I hate blocking people, but when you make complete garbage like that, when you make trash like that, I have to block it. It was sad when I did it because it said this user has been removed from your channel and all comments hidden. I felt bad to do it, but God, the content is horrible. Johnny Broad said, I think actually where the men's frags are the taco tapper ladies on YouTube. Hey, no doubt in my mind, Melissa National wears Royal Oud. I mean, not Royal Oud. Tom Ford's Oud Wood. He been pepper sprayed too many times. I think it's the La Vie Belle. I always smell iris on women. My coworker has Okja, the tobacco viniclo. Yeah, I'm telling you, that Facebook is getting these ladies onto the clones. You think Erica hate watches you? Well, I don't know. I know she can't comment anymore. Speaking of the content creator who shows up in my feed that I desperately want to for YouTube to just God stop sending that trash to my feed. Yeah, Royal Oud is a banger. I have it right there. I'm not the type of dude that talks about it and doesn't have it. I have Royal Oud, 2 batches of it. Louis Vuitton's based. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Somebody left a comment and it said, "Look, there's a video of you with a decant right there." And I'm just like, these aren't reviews. The bar is set so low that people think what I do is reviews. They are not. They are not reviews. And I left him that comment like because he thought his got you was that I made a video of Curly Fragrance's Attraction Fatale, a video you guys requested, by the way. I had no interest in that fragrance. I only got that decant because it was requested. They think that was the gotcha because I didn't have the bottle, even though after I went and bought 2 bottles. These are not thank you though, but these are not reviews. I think for me to do a review, I would have to give this like a bunch of wearings. I'll have to wear this different places. I'd have to get people's feedback. And speaking of how to actually review fragrances, Fat Boy Fragrance is in the building, and he can tell you. He doesn't just spray a decant on his skin and say, "This is the review, people." He goes out, he goes to work. They know him. They know he's the cologne guy. He gets feedback. Gives it a few wearings. He knows enough to do so. He can review a Louis Vuitton because he's owned probably a lot of the line. It's clones. There's just levels to this stuff, and I don't know why these guys insist on. It's basically an argument that comes from feelings. I feel like I can do a review, therefore I can do it. It's my legal right as an American to go on YouTube and do a review. Therefore, who are you to criticize it? I wore the other day. I wore Zaharoff Seraphim Blue. This is how different environment. This is why my first video is not a review. I wore Seraphim Blue, and I said in my first video, the performance is a little deceptive, and I'm not quite sure. I think it performs well, but I'm not quite sure what to make of the performance. So then I see a video where the guy says, I go 15 sprays deep on Seraphim Blue. I said, well, maybe it's not that good of a performer. So I spray 15 sprays, and it's there. It's performing well, but it's sitting close to the skin. So I said, maybe this isn't a good performer. About 4 hours later, I spray another like 7 sprays because it's not a good performer, right? So 4 hours later, it's probably worn off, and I can go the rest of the day with 7 sprays. Well, that 7 sprays, it starts raining out here. It never rains out here. It's like 95 degrees, and it's all muggy, and it starts sprinkling a little bit. So I go in the backyard. I start, working out a little bit. I go to sit down, and the fragrance is just blasting off my skin. It almost cloying. And if you know Seraphim Blue and you've worn that fragrance, it feels like you could wear like 30 sprays and it would never be cloying. It's such a light, airy scent. But that day, that fragrance in that environment, in that humidity, pushed off my skin so much. I'm like, oh my God, I overdid it. So you have to wear different environments. Here's another fraud. Chris, the CEO, speaking of his garbage fragrance, he makes a video and he says, this is Creed Centaurus, and he has the decant. I thought he was a CEO. You're the boss, the big boss. This bottle's nothing to you, big boss. He wears the decant, and he said 4 hours have passed. I think he pumps out that trash that he calls content in like a few minutes. He says 4 hours has passed, but you know what? This is a 12-hour performing fragrance. I haven't worn it for 12 hours, but I can just tell. I haven't worn it for 12 hours, but it's a 12-hour fragrance. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I work at a chicken shack, so you can trust my educated opinion. It's just such a fraud, this guy. My favorite is the videos he said, before you buy Creed Centaurus. Like, don't you mean before you buy it? Because you ain't bought it yet. Before I buy it, before you buy it, you haven't bought it. What? I still love Seraphim Blue. I just wish, and this is why I can't even go back and make another video and say, oh, I was wrong about the performance. I just wish that it was kind of like one of these thicker, denser, these room fillers. That's the only little tiny tweak I would change, but it's hard to be critical of such a great fragrance when I'm just the guy smelling stuff, and these guys are the artists. You can't really tell the artists what to do. Thank you, thank you. I did love the conversation. And Kyler's asking about Chris, and I swear I didn't want to bring it up. Somebody else wanted to bring it up, and I was like, I don't know if this is the. I don't know if these guys. I couldn't fully talk on it because that's really not my channel. Oh, I live in California. I don't remember the last day it was less than 100 degrees. What does Chris the CEO know about fragrances? I guarantee that knows 100 times more. I think Chris the CEO is slow. I think he's a little slow. He talks slow. His vocabulary is shit. Um, I think when he describes the fragrance, I don't know what he's talking about. A good example is when he said Creed Centaurus is a cinnamon bomb. And that is exactly what I said when I sprayed it on the box. On the box. So a lot of his review is like spraying it on the box. A lot of these guys' reviews are I'm gonna read for Granica before it comes out, and it smells just like Spice Bomb infrared. It doesn't, by the way. I have infrared. I have all the Spice Bombs. They're not in decants. I've worn them over the past year. I don't like Centaurus. I love it. I think it is this is Creed's big comeback fragrance right here. And Chris, the CEO's assessment of how long it lasts is like a woman that drags four guys onto the Maury Povich show and says, "You know what? I know you're the dad. I just know." And then the DNA comes out and he's actually the father. Well, she didn't really know. She just had a 1 in 4 chance, 1 in 4 guess, and just happened to get lucky. I think that was him. Like, it's a strong projector. I'm guessing 12 hours, and it just happened to be that strong of a fragrance. It is a strong fragrance. Uh, Again, I haven't worn it, a long time. That's why I would never do a review. But there is some cinnamon. There is some spice, mainly a lot of black currant, pink pepper. There's a little bit of earthiness, some patchouli, and I forgot what else was in it, but it's just it's. I swear it comes off like rum, but it isn't, and it's just a tobacco, like a hint of tobacco vanilla in it. It's weird because there's two vanillas in it. There's vanilla and there's like a benzoin. So you got these two vanilla type scents playing off each other, and it gives it a richness. It gives it a high quality, and just the amount of time this fragrance lasts. It's also in line with Creed's other fragrances, where when you spray a Viking or when you spray like an Aventus Aurora water, there's like this watery kind of undertone in it. So you have this like tobacco spicy dense fragrance that's airy with a watery tone. It's artistically, even if you're not a fan of this style, I mean, just on the artistic level, they really went all out with this fragrance. And if you want to see a good review about this fragrance, there's a guy called Simply Sense, who, by the way, named his video like like something like early initial review or something, letting you know that he hasn't had the fragrance a long time, and it's really good. I really love it. Anybody that ever had an issue with Creed's performance of their latest fragrances, I promise you, you're not going to have an issue on this one. I sprayed 4 sprays when I wore it. 4 sprays, and for 4 hours, I was like, "Whoa, I'm lucky I went, a little light, because if I had sprayed any more, it would have just been overkill." 400,000 subs. I'm gonna comment on this, Kyler, as somebody who's had monetized channels. I mean, honestly, I could just put up just 7 random streams every day and reach my monetization and start begging for super chats, memberships and stuff. It would really take like a week, honestly. Every one of these streams gets like 100 hours to it, and I'm like 6 streams short. But this fake it till you make it guy. But the point is that I've had channels that are monetized. I know how AdSense works. I know how YouTube works. I've had partnerships with full screen. I've been doing this for a while. And I'm gonna tell you why Chris is full of shit when he says his channel's not monetized because he was downloading TikToks or copyright or something. Let me tell you how YouTube's copyright system works. When you're monetized, you have access to YouTube's copyright tool, meaning if I'm monetized, their algorithm can spot anybody clipping my videos and using them. And the little box gives me one of two options. It gives me the option of, yes, they can use my video, but I'm going to get all the monetization of that video from their channel. Meaning, uh, I'm going to make all the money from the video they used on their channel. That's the one. It doesn't affect their channel. They don't get a strike. AdSense doesn't care. I'm letting them do it so that they can give me money. That's the first copyright claim that can happen. And there's only one other one. The only other one is, this is my content. You're not allowed to use it. Take it down immediately. Give that channel a strike. There are no other options of copyright. And with that second option, 1, 2, 3 strikes, channel terminated. There is no, you can still have a channel, but we're just not going to let you be monetized. That does not exist. That does not happen. So when this liar, please, anybody that makes content, anybody that is monetized, jump in. There is no third copyright option. 3 strikes, you're out. You're done. No more channel. Bye bye. So when he says my channel's not monetized and it can't be monetized because of copyright, he's lying. He is a liar. I can give you some other reasons why your channel cannot be monetized. I know my last channel was demonetized because there was something called Adpocalypse, where in that, I think it was 2017, where YouTube decided and Google AdSense decided they wanted to be family friendly. So a channel like mine obviously is not family friendly. So my partnership with Fullscreen and AdSense said, you know what, your content's not exactly family friendly, even though we're making a bunch of money off you. So we're gonna have to let you go. Your services are no longer required. And then Google AdSense says, oh, you don't got a partner? Well, you don't got us either. They still have my money, by the way. So that is a way you can keep your channel and not be monetized. And the other only way is like say you get flagged a bunch of times and like say you flag me and I get suspended. I think the first one is like 3 months and then the second one is like 6 months, and if you get flagged too many times for that, they might say, "Hey, we're ending your Google AdSense." But really, Google AdSense, I'm trying to put this in the right words to why he's a scammer. Google AdSense does not care if you use copyrighted material and the owner of the copyright does not give a shit. They don't care. They do care if you steal copyrighted material because they can get sued. The fact that Google doesn't fuck around. No, no. Yeah, the new Creeds are worth it, but I wasn't there in like the 70s with all these other Creed fanboys. So I couldn't tell you about the slippage of the quality, but the bottom line is Chris is full of shit. They would not take your monetization for copyright. If you were copyrighted enough, they would just terminate your channel. Google AdSense does not care if you use copyrighted material and the copyright owner doesn't care. They do care if you use it and like I'm making a big stink about it. And they also care about one other thing. YouTube does not care about this. Google AdSense does, and that's why he's still here. If I go out and buy 1 million subscribers, YouTube does not give a shit. They will do nothing. Absolutely nothing. The minute I click monetize on that fake ass channel, Google AdSense then steps in and says, "No, you're not ripping us off. We know nobody's watching you. They're not cutting checks for that." Because when you fake subscribers, that doesn't do anything to YouTube. When you fake them, fake views and stuff for Google AdSense, like you're scamming them, you're ripping them off. Like they have to cut you a check based on that, and then like retract it when they find out what you're doing. So no, his story is a lie. He bought subscribers. It's plain and simple. 400,000 subscribers. Nothing about his story makes sense. Even if you had fully copy, like why is that even the excuse? Even if you stole every single bit of content from TikTok and you gained 400,000 subscribers and you're demonetized. Where did those 400,000 people go? Where did they go? Oh, he's not monetized. We're out of here. We're out of here. Leave my subscription. Leave my subscription active though, but I'm out of here. Where are they? He's a liar. He is a liar. Navitus is its own beast. You got to understand. I don't know who CJ City is, but if I want to make a fragrance and Navitus approaches me, I can't fucking go to goddamn these goddamn flavoring houses. Who the hell am I? They're not gonna listen to me. They're not even gonna let me in the door. So if I want my own fragrance made, I mean that's a tough. They have to go to like Navitus. I mean Navit. It's he didn't really sell out. Navitus kind of screws those guys over, and I don't think it's screwing them over at all. I think Bowtie Fragrance Guy has 4 solid fragrances that he released, and if Navitus wants him to hype them up twice a week, I would. I think they're good fragrances that he should be proud of. Now, is one of them a clone of BDK Velvet Tonka? You got that right. It is. Is one of them kind of a clone of a hybrid of Prodalone? Yeah, you got that right. It is. So I don't know how involved they are in the process of actually creatively directing these fragrances, but I wouldn't call them a sellout because they work with Navitus. I think Navitus actually makes some pretty good stuff, and it's a damn shame the way they market their product by using influencers because I don't know anything about Navitus. How would I know anything about Navitus? Like, where would I learn anything about Navitus unless somebody I watch makes a deal with Navitus? Because nobody else has these goddamn fragrances. If I want to watch a video about what's that fragrance that Big Beard had? XO Brandy. Only like 3 people got that fragrance. So I'm pretty much gonna have to watch Big Beard's take on XO Brandy to see what it is. and it's stupid. It's stupid. It makes the brand look fucking cheap. It makes it look like just an influencer brand. I mean, and some of the influencers they use just for the sake of they have a large audience. There's some chick like Gigi loves perfumes. Who? Who the fuck? Who the hell is that? Some kind of melon fragrance? I don't know. I don't know who that is. There was an influencer I had never heard of. 4 million worldwide followers. The largest fragrance influencer in Venezuela. Like, who? They only care about, look, we're not interested in the YouTube fragrance community knowing and buying our fragrances. We're only interested in your specific audience buying your fragrances. And that is, I don't want to say it's stupid. They're the ones that got access to the books and are making the money. Only they can know if it's successful or not. But to me, that looks really fucking stupid. Like I could have bought like 15, 20 Navitus fragrances if you would have just, released some bottles to actual reviewers and not just pushed it to specific audiences. Chris has like 400,000 subscribers. I have 1,000, and like his last two videos aren't that much different from mine when it comes to views. That's pretty fucking sad. Like my last videos are 2 to 400, but when I put up something usually cheap trash, it gets like 1,000 views. That's right. If that were the case, why wouldn't he just start a new channel? This guy is such a fraud, and people were upset that I exposed his crimes. I didn't expose his crimes. His crimes have been out. And me personally, if that's on your jacket, there is no explanation to me of the what and why. I can read it myself. I know what happened and why. I can't. It's a free country. If you want to associate with that, I mean, hey, I'll get into that in a second. And they wanted to know why it happened. I'll tell you guys why it happened. The why that it happened is many reasons. Number one, his garbage fragrance that he put out scamming people. That fragrance is a scam. That's not just like so, that's not like some Navitus that I don't like. That is a product that I just don't like. No, this is scam juice. This is garbage. You're intentionally ripping people off when you take this Alibaba trash and you mix it in your bathtub and try to sell it as a fragrance, and then have the nerve to put like there's saffron in here. No, there is fucking not. Saffron's a spice, and there's no spice in that fragrance. You damn liar. He's a fraud. First of all, I think the second most offensive thing he does is, I'm a rapper. I'm from the streets. Ooh, ooh, you don't want to get blasted by Mr. Rapper CEO. Bitch, you live in a gated community. Stop it. I guarantee you, no streets respect that clown, have ever respected that clown. From the moment, from his teenage years, he was seen as the lowest scum in the streets. He was seen, there is no lower. There is no, trust me, you have that on your jacket. There is no, gee, tell us what happened. None. There is not a jail because, you know, he's from the streets and he did his crimes. There is not a jail whose main line that guy can walk on. Not a one. Not a fucking one. There is no, you know, the first thing that happens is, show me your paperwork. You ain't going to yard without that paperwork. Show me your paperwork. There is no, what had happened again? Well, that sounds logical. Yeah. There is no pass. With that, you're done. That's it. Criminals in the streets, they literally call it a career. With that paperwork, your career's over. They will say his career is over. He is done. He's not walking the streets getting respect with that on his jacket. He's not. Dude, it's not me that makes these rules and runs the streets. It's not up to me to judge it or decide it. That's just how they work. He's got that on his jacket. He is registered. He's done. And for him to come out and to pretend, I'm a rapper, I'm from the streets, I got all the hopes. No, just no. And it's offensive because no streets respect him. So he's taking this lifestyle that, unfortunately, some of us had to have lived through and gone through, and he's wearing it like a costume. Like it sounds like heartache. You understand what I'm saying? No, heartache was ghetto as fuck, but he wasn't lying. Heartache was not a costume. That was him. Although he did grab a dick in prison, which I still never understand why he would do that. how people could just overlook that. He did grab a penis. Whole handful of it. His defense was, I was getting my ass kicked. That doesn't make you look better. I grabbed his cock because they were kicking the shit out of me. What part of that made that look cool? Oh, what is that fucking shit? That show, Chappelle's Show, The Really Real World. Yeah, I've been to prison. But it's just, look, that shit. It's nothing to be proud of. People have died. People are still in that struggle, and it's not a fucking costume. Uh, for this guy to become a rapper, it's not something for you to brag about overcoming when you've never lived that life. You can't live that life with that on your jacket. There is no registered sex offender gangsters. I guarantee you there aren't. If they are hiding. These guys, when they walk in, even the guards sell them out. I don't even think there is a team. I don't even think there is a team. They call it, when you enter the jail system or prison system, they call it classification. Meaning, if you're a member of this gang, they will not put you with this other gang. Okay? There's no member of classification that will see that registered sex offender and put you on a main line. It doesn't happen. It will not happen. And if for the love of God, if for some miracle that you snuck through the crack, when that guard sees who you are, He's going to let that paperwork out, and you will be off that line very soon. The reality is, he's not a street dude. It's just like a character he's playing. Uh, and you're 100% right. He is a protective custody gangster. He's what we used to call a yellow light ninja. We didn't say ninja, but he's a yellow light ninja. Well, when they walked down the tier, we yelled, "Yellow light ninjas! Yellow light ninjas!" The reason we yell "yellow light ninjas" is because in the hallways they have yellow lights, and when we walk past, the normal people that don't mess with kids or snitches or any of that, when we walk by, they have to turn around with their hands behind their back, and they are not allowed. They are not allowed to even look at us. They're not allowed to look at us because the minute they make eye contact, they are getting stabbed. That is how low on the street totem pole that this so-called boss. He's like Rick Ross, but the one that never made it. Everywhere he goes, he's protective custody. The protective custody gangster. We should probably pull up one of his rap videos. 13ZZ by Do. I've never tried that. I wouldn't call him that. I wouldn't call him that. I think he was a teenager, and when you're a teenager, like when you're 18, 19 and you're out of high school, there's still some losers that like cruise to high school for like, for seniors. I think he was one of those stupid losers. When you're that kind of an idiot, you better be cool with their fucking parents, because the minute you fuck up, they have that over you. I think his crime, and when I was on that stream earlier, I really didn't want to talk about it, but his crime is the crime more of stupidity. But it ultimately doesn't matter because you have that on your jacket, which means you've never been a gangster, you've never been a street dude. You're It's all an act, it's all a pretend. He's like Takashi 619. I've seen guards give them up so fucking fast. I've got more paperwork from the guards than from like other criminals. They're like, that guy over there, look at that guy. I just want to know why people are smelling his garbage fragrances and pretending they're good. Somebody, please tell me the perfumer behind the boss. There ain't one. They should make them like Lalabo. When you get a Lalabo and it says bottled in New York, or if you buy them online, it says bottled in our factory. Chris actually pulled one out and it said bottled in Moscow. If you don't know what that means he bought a fake one. Any Lalabo that says bottled in Moscow is probably fake. But he should do a on his CEO fragrances, bottled in my bathtub. Let's take a look at some of his garbage that he makes. I'm more concerned about he has a playlist of bottled buy it before you buy. Mafia season 4. What does he know about? What does he know about organized crime? That's just all I want to know. But let's take a look at some of his street rap videos. I'm a rapper. He's a rapper, people.
Nigga nervous. Told him drop location if he got the courage. Bitches always wanna be my friend. I just want some head. Every time I'm in a little mood, I need to smoke my meds.
He makes people nervous because you know how he's such a tough gangster. That's why they don't drop the location. You a fucking sex offender. Ain't nobody intimidated by you. Just stop it.
I just wanna fuck the light-skinned bitch that be doing my dread. I only like black bitches, I said what I said. I don't even care about the money, get it back in blood. I don't even wanna take these bitches, come and give me hugs.
He doesn't care about the money because he's gonna get it back in blood. He's gonna get it back in blood. What?
All I do is step on these necks and get my feet rubbed. Double barrel shotgun on my dresser, carry 2 slugs. A lot of niggas I know from the hood getting shot. A lot of niggas I know from the hood getting locked. A lot of niggas I know from the hood hang with cops. A lot of niggas I know. Hold on.
A lot of those people in the hood are doing this and doing that. But guess what? None of them would give you the time of day. If they were caught talking to you publicly, they would take an ass whooping for programming with you.
A lot of niggas from them other cities getting shitted on. Finna do my little money dance, get my ditty on. All I do is eat my bitch pussy till it's all gone. All she do is make me hella full before I come home. You ain't talked to me in 8 months, why you calling me? Go back to my gram, finish stalking me. All you niggas so ridiculous. Fast 9, all I do is keep hella choppers. Caliban, only God can judge me. For what I wanna say on this bitch, keep a K in this bitch. I ain't bring a chopper, I ain't scared in this bitch. Pass me the chopper, I ain't in this bitch. I ain't K in this bitch. I ain't bring a chopper, I ain't scared in this bitch. I ain't bring a chopper, I ain't scared in this bitch. Pass me the weed, I'm finna smoke in this bitch. My sister stole money from my mama. Fuck that little shit, I'm finna start a lot of drama. Presidential rollie like I'm calling on Obama. I don't want no friends, I only care about the commas. Yeah, we got, I only care about the commas. Yeah, we got them.
He said presidential rollie. I have never seen him with a presidential Rolex on.
Shots. Yeah, we got them mobs. Yeah, we got them J's. Yeah, we got them H's.
The watch he's wearing now is not even a Rolex. You can see the watch has like a leather band on it. That is not a presidential Rolex.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna.
You know, I'm just saying, you think if you would make a video where you dropped a lyric about a presidential Rolex, that you would have a presidential Rolex on, or any Rolex would do. Nobody would probably notice other than, you know, me, whether it was a regular Rolex of, you know, Air King or something, or a presidential Rolex, or fucking Oyster.
You know me back when I was hate on your face. First of all, I said what I said and I meant that shit. Big boss. Shit.
He's the big boss with the guns.
This vibe up.
Where are these guns? Why aren't the guns in the video?
Don't think about none.
Where are the guns? His fingers?
If I ain't got shit going on with you, you ain't worried about it. Don't play with nobody's time. Matter of fact, don't play with nobody's money.
You're right about one thing. He doesn't play with anybody's money. I doubt he has any. This is all Tekashi 6ix9ine right here, people. He's gonna make him nervous, Mr. Gangster. Let's see what else he's got in this trash fucking library of music. No talking. Serving. Oh, what is this?
Bows. I clearly need y'all niggas to respect me or some. Respect me or some.
Tree time.
Everywhere I go, I'm serving. Everywhere I go, I'm serving. I'm selling that cake. Fuck all the fuck.
Everywhere he goes, he's serving. He's selling that cake. Oh my goodness. Really? No, you're selling fake fragrances on YouTube, you liar. You're just serving cake. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking and fuck all the talking and fuck all the walking. Got money to make. Fuck on a bitch and I don't do a date. Came off the streets and I'm paving my way. Yeah, you on top, but I'm counting your days. Yeah, you on top, but I'm counting your days. Came to the party with no gun. Left your party with a strap on me. Jug too good cause I flex on beat. Serve y'all niggas got the psych on me. You say that's I say that's boo. You talk too much, you lose a tooth. You lie too much, I tell the truth. I'm not in court, but I wear a suit. Damn girl, you look good. Why are you so regular? Fuck your ass for hours. Baby, I got stamina. Say Xavier, no Pamela. Flip that sight, no spatula. Bite my neck, no jocular. You gon' wake my savage up. She gon' take this long dick. She ain't gon' give me no problem. She say she just did it and called her my mammy. When some weed, bitch wanna get on your knees. A bad bitch.
It's gonna happen though. Just don't worry about it.
You wanna ride me? I look like a lick and I'm blasting your ass cause I'm dick when you drive it.
This has to be some of the worst rap music I've ever heard. This reminds kids in high school. I lost 10 viewers playing that fucking trash. He's never served anything. I come across idiots like this all the time, and then you try to question them on shit like, really, what does a kilo weigh? What does an ounce weigh? Like, you know, what is a 16th? Like, what is the price on a 16th? Like, what would a zip break down to? Like, what would you break it down? They never know the weights. They never know prices. They have stories. The stories are ridiculous. I fronted a guy, some brokey. I fronted a guy 3 keys. Like, wait a minute. Like, I fronted a guy 3 keys of meth. Meth is made in this country. It's not really weighed in keys. That's cocaine because it comes from Colombia and they use that metric system. So, but you still somehow, you know, that hillbilly you got it from who usually makes it, or some biker or something, he decided to suddenly use another country's metric system and whip that batch up in keys. Their stories are ridiculous. I mean, they're so stupid. They're so, I don't know what, I thought he was a CEO, but now but when he raps, he's like a gangster. Please, just, he should be rapping about the chicken shack that he works in. I'm flipping them herbs and spices. I'm dropping it in the fryer. Do 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 do. My goatee's got chicken stuck in them. Pass that honey. Pass that honey. Hands on your knees. I don't know if he's a young kid or if he's just like really slow. He's a Temu rapper. You know, I ordered 21 Savage on Temu and they sent me Chris the CEO. The guy is a hilarious joke. And he's just another. I think we spent way too much time on that fraud. Nobody watches him anyways. Why are we making fun of that clown? Let me see what other frauds we can find on here. Let me show you guys something. You guys that think like what? People are scamming in the fragrance community? What? Let me show you guys something real quick. I want to show you guys how you're being scammed, how you're watching the guys scamming you. And like, I don't know if it's like people aren't paying attention or what. Let me show you Mr. Affiliate Link List, Chaos Fragrances, who, by the way, every day for the last week he keeps sending me this list of fragrances to buy with his links in them. And the fragrances that don't sell out, he ends up making top 10 videos out of them so that they can sell out. If you guys want to know why,
I'm sure you guys remember Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love.
See that fragrance he's got right there? That fragrance is hard to get, allegedly, and it recently came in stock, but it didn't sell out yet. So what did he go and do? He made a short talking about how great it is. Did he make a short because it just happens to be a great fragrance and he loves it and that's just what he pulled out? No. He's making that short because the other fragrances he had an affiliate link with sold out. That one didn't. That's why the video is about Light Blue Italian Love, and it's not about Dolce & Gabbana, the one gray, which sold out. And I'm sure if you go back a few days, you probably will find the Dolce & Gabbana gray video, but for now, he's shilling that video.
Today we're going to be going over the best summer. So today's going to be another video.
And I want to show you why he's shilling that. You guys ready?
So
I'm sure you guys remember Dolce & Gabbana.
Today,
look behind him. Number one, look at the size of the shop at his home. You know how it's like a damn airport hangar he's in. Do you see the jet skis behind him?
I'm sure you guys remember.
Look behind him.
Dolce
Look at that Corvette.
Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love.
Look at those two
very
ATVs.
Popular summer grapefruit bomb.
That is all from scamming you guys. That is 100% of him ripping you people off.
you know, I could wear Dior Homme cologne pretty much.
As much money
sure
as
you guys
as much money as this guy has, his fragrance isn't his own fragrance. He had to go through navitus.
You know, it's pretty.
Most people know this by now, but if you're unaware, this is one of the best summer fragrances you can get for about $40.
That's his Corvette. Oh, by the way, anybody defending this guy like, nah, this guy was at work. That's not his garage. He's in his Corvette, people. He is literally in the car, in the Corvette in the background. That is a Corvette. Look at the back window. It's 2 seats. Look at the stitching. He is in that fucking Corvette laughing his ass off at his own audience all the way to the fucking bank. I wonder what would happen if we typed in navitus. No, I got an idea. You want to see who's frauding for navitus or see who's frauding for Zerjoff? Let's see, who are we going to click on? Who are we going to click on? Look at these people. Look at these people. Huge sale. Is this a reviewer or is this like an infomercial? Look at the thumbnail. I don't know of a day, of a season, of a year where I can't get a Zerjoff like for $150. I've never seen it. I don't know it. So I don't know why a huge sale. Like they are always cheap. Oh, the Zerjoff Queen. I can never have enough Zerjoff. Well, you don't got to worry about running out. Your boyfriend knows the CEO of. He's friends with the CEO of Zerjoff, so you really don't have nothing to worry about, do you? Oops! Oop! Did I let that secret out loud? I'm going to show you a reviewer.
My hair has always been straight, but with like a slight wave, a bit of frizz, dried ends, which according to TikTok means naturally wavy.
Look at that fucking collection.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Scent. I actually has a lot. So this patchouli.
Do they even? I don't even think her videos are reviews. Oh, about his jacket. He's a registered sex offender. I didn't know like we were supposed to like look the other way on stuff like that, or just he's registered, but he's all right. He's with us. Come with us. No. Look, this lady right here has got like a ton of like expensive ass fragrances. See, this is the difference. I know we want to pretend like it's the smart thing to do with these decants, like, but I promise you, this lady doesn't need anybody's money. I don't think there are fragrances she cannot afford.
Oh my gosh. I see the 30, I see the 50. I think this is 15 ml. He's got some bundles with the peach tea. I'm going to get into the next one too, and I really recommend checking these out. The other one is a woody and rosemary lavender in here. I've always smelled crystal air. And when you're up there by like Greece and Italy,
you know, something happened. She was supposed to have made a set.
Oh my gosh.
Like a television set.
Because, wow. Apple and bergamot with a mid of almond, fougere, jasmine,
this is a full review.
And a base of vanilla musk amber. How cute is Joyful Escape?
You guys watching this?
Sample set out It's a collaboration between House of Siage and Disney. It's Mickey and Friends is the name of the collection. And there's the 2 fragrances that you can get in the full bottle. You can get it in Travel Atomizer with or without the case. They have the sample set out.
Did you guys hear what this lady said? Travel set. Somebody tried to bring up to me, explain why fragrance companies sell samples and travel and discovery sets. And most of them actually don't sell samples. I just saw a fragrance company say, please, people, stop buying my samples as the fragrance. They are intended for you to try the fragrance and then decide what you want to purchase. Like, they're made for you to buy a fragrance later. They're not made for you to buy one and then run off to do a review. They're not made for you to buy 6 of them and 4 of them in a little fucking bottle. And this is a fragrance company owner saying this, and she got a lot of shit for saying it, but I agree 100%. And Louis Vuitton does not sell samples. I don't think Xerjoff. So I know Xerjoff sells discovery sets, and I know a lot of these companies just sells discovery sets. I don't know very many that sell samples, but if you get a Xerjoff discovery set, it comes with a voucher, and the voucher is the cost of the discovery set. So what is the discovery set for? So you can pick the one you like and buy an actual bottle. If you go to Roja and you buy a discovery set, that discovery set comes with a voucher. The voucher isn't for a sample. The voucher isn't for a discovery set. The voucher's for a bottle. That's what those are for. And Louis Vuitton doesn't have samples. They have travel sets. They're literally for traveling.
Out since they're launching the entire collection at once. The only time they don't do that is if they're dropping the collection, then they put the sample set out at the end. And there are 4 amplifiers. So I'm going to go through it all with you right now. The first one we have is Joyful Escape. How cute is this with them hanging out with their little glasses?
Wait a minute. It's the title says collection full review, and is that the packaging? What? Wait a minute here. So the full review isn't just a decant? It's like the whole product? Even what it comes in? What? I've never seen this before in my life in this community. Oh my God. It's an actual full review. Let's keep watching it.
Chilling on the park bench. This is all just the park cityscape, almost like Central Park in New York kind of looking, because it's a cityscape park. Oh, Mickey, how cute is he? And I'm loving the mint green theme. The box is not quite as big as some of the others. I think I should compare them, because usually the ears accommodate with a big.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, what are we watching here? It wasn't just the travel set at all. We've been baited and switched. She gave us not less, but more. She gave us more of what she promised. This community will never be the same. What the hell? It's a full bottle. It says full review, and it has a bottle, and it's the whole bottle. It's not a decant.
Bigger box. Now, this is extremely mirrored. So getting this on video is going to be a little challenging. I'm going to do my best here. And this is all reflective inside here. And then, of course, always the authentication card. With Joyful Moments, we have the little cityscape. There are less Swarovski crystals. The Swarovski crystals are around the side here. And the ears.
Hold on. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? We can't let this go on any longer. Hold on a fucking second. Greta, what are you doing? What are you doing? The bottle doesn't matter. Stop showing it. Stop showing it. It doesn't matter. Maybe I should call who makes this fragrance? House of Sillage? I think I should call them and tell them how they've completely wasted their time with this bottle because the bottle doesn't matter. I don't know. They put in a lot of work into that fucking bottle that don't matter.
Are mirrored. They are mirrored on both sides. If you need to fix your lipstick, if we open it up, you get, as always, mirrored in a mint green.
Jesus fucking Christ. House of Sillage? Did you see that bottle, the cap? The fucking cap. They didn't just go out on the bottle. The cap has a better presentation than like 90% of the fragrances bottles.
French glass. It's always polished, so there's no seams, which makes it higher quality. I don't know the metal on here because usually there's 18 karat plated. This is a mirrored finish. I'm going to guess stainless. I don't know. I'll find.
Did you fucking hear this? It is usually 18 karat plated. What? Oh, this lady, she's just on a different level than the rest of us. Ain't no decant here. This is a full review. I think if she starts talking about the batch code and the perfumer, I think I'm gonna fucking pass out. What the fuck are we watching here?
Find out. The notes on this is a top of apple and bergamot with a mid of almond, fougere, jasmine, sandalwood, and a base of vanilla musk amber. I have to tell you a funny story. I was talking to somebody at House of Sillage when they gave me the notes because it's not listed online yet. And she was struggling with the word fougere and thought it said foie gras. Which now, the way it's spelled, Fougere, I can see how if you don't know French, it could kind of look like that. But I died laughing because I'm like, please, Donald Duck is one of Mickey's friends. Foie gras is literally duck liver. You can't do that. We're not eating duck liver here.
What diabolical thought is being hatched?
I just thought that was so hysterical of a mistake when she read the note. I just died. And she's probably embarrassed when I say this, but it was just too funny to not share. So a real quick history, if you're new to House of Sillage, they first released Mickey and Disney. Then they came out and did the mini fragrance for.
Wait a second. She's not just going to spray it on her arm and tell us what she smells. She's breaking down a history of the Mickey Mouse fragrances from House of Sillage. You mean to tell me somebody is reviewing a fragrance and has done research and educated on the fragrance and the line? What the fuck? Robes. You got some competition robes. Look, there's 2 robes. What the fuck?
Disney. And then they did the Disney 100 anniversary mini version. The original Mickey is kind of like a coconut water floral fragrance that's definitely lighter. And then the mini was a heavy raspberry marshmallow caramel fragrance, heavy, thick, sweet, like the consistency of Love Don't Be Shy. The Disney 100 mini is more like a strawberry violet candies kind of musky fragrance. This one is more the consistency of this collection. Love this one. This and Minnie were my favorites. The Mickey I loved.
I feel a little dirty now, and so should every fraudulent reviewer out there. The amount of levels that this woman and her content, she is like shitting on like 98% of content creators by just being that much better than you. I love it. I fucking love it. I have a video. I have a video right now that I recorded. I gotta delete it because it looks like absolute garbage compared to this lady's fucking video. It's time to fucking step my game up. This woman is like banging out like actual fucking content here. Wait, oh, this is pathetic. This 381 views and she dropped it 8 hours ago. This community ought to be a fucking shamed of themselves. This video should have like fucking thousands of views by now. That just goes to show you the garbage that they're watching instead of this. You bow your heads, community, in shame at the fucking trash you're consuming when actual good content. I'm subscribing. I need more of this in my life, not the fucking shit that I've been watching.
When it came out, but then it was just too light for me. These perform way better. These new Mickey and Minnies are definitely performing really well while having a lighter consistency. I got out of the shower and I could still smell them, so that's a really good sign. So the Mickey, the Joyful Escape, is definitely...
Hold on, we got a hilarious comment. I gotta read it. House of Siage is, how do I say it nicely, trash. We sampled all of the women's fragrances. Literally all smell like $25 perfumes. They charge way too much for the bottles. I know nothing about House of Siage. I just know they got some cool bottles. And I'm not really, surprised, because they do tons of like these collaborations with like Disney and like Batman. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to get my nose on it and check it out. But I just think it's funny, like these people that say full review, and I don't know how much of this is a sales pitch for House of Siage, but it's goddamn a lot more than we're getting from a lot of this other garbage they're putting on the internet. And her knowledge, I mean, she knows quite a fucking bit about this fucking line of fragrances. The fragrances are sweet messes. Yeah, she's this is why I kind of felt bad at first, because she had got into it. She had got into it when Miami Cuddles, the sex pervert, had said that she was a shill because she had a bunch of promo codes. And I'm sorry, but pardon my French, but this broad is fucking she got money, family money and shit. So she doesn't need anything free from anybody. I just think that she has a passion for fragrances, and she has a passion for making content, and she believes part of making content and being an influencer, and a lot of people do, part of that is the promo codes that come with it, the collaborations that come with it, all the stuff that we call shill stuff. A lot of people doing this just kind of consider that part of being a influencer. And that's kind of the difference. And I wouldn't do it that way, but she's putting a lot of fucking work into these videos.
Definitely a more musky, powdery, gourmand fragrance. They're both sweet. They are definitely sweet, but it's really, this is the powdery one. Now, if I wear them together, I really can't pull them apart because they give a nice scent bubble and they layer so incredibly well, literally like fraternal brother and sister. They just layer like it's second.
She even knows how they smell layered. Good God. I don't know what rabbit out of a hat is left for her to pull out that makes like her videos just absolutely shit even more on fucking crap like fucking the CEO or fucking fragrance fucking beaver fragrance dude.
Nature, it's amazing. I had to literally spray them again and wear them separately and spray them on paper because there was so much in common, really. And Mickey was kind of,
you know what? Let me see if I can find. Oh my God, is that a fucking Lattafa in there? Oh no, you didn't. Please let that be some other fancy bottle that is so niche I don't know what it is. Let me hear the
a little bit.
Yara Candy. Hey, that's your name. You're Yara.
let me just say, if you are not subscribed and you like my content, go ahead and hit that subscribe up for me. So let's get into it now. We got a PR version of the perfume.
It is a Lattafa. Oh my god. This may lead to an unsubscription.
And then it has the candies in here. Now the
Damn, look at that. It came with fucking candies.
significance is these candies are
But the box doesn't matter. The box doesn't. See, I watch shit like this from trash fucking content creators. And all I would see is this shitty bottle. Look at this shit. It's a big ass heart with like fucking candies in it.
literally the inspiration for this fragrance. It is what it's supposed to smell like. And I think they succeeded. I'm funny with gummies. Like, I don't like hard gummies that much, like the Haribo gummy bears. I like them soft. Those are the ones, you know, like Sour Patch Kids, how they can be a little softer and they actually have a little bit of a tartness and a sweetness. Like, that's the kind that I prefer. These, I don't know if they had them made for this because they had a lot of stuff made for the event. What are they? Half strawberry, half green mandarin, maybe, because that was the theme. So, you know, there's the original Yara, which was a huge hit with the girls.
Again, not just pulling out the fragrance, pulling out other flankers and other fragrances in the same line from the same brand. Just good Lord. Fragrance community. Take fucking notes here.
For me, I mean, I tried it after all the hype and I was like, oh, okay, I was expecting it to scratch the itch a little better. As much as I really like this, it really lasts on clothes. I just wasn't getting something gratifying. It was like a body's mist that I had to keep spraying. And then
I gotta stop her there. This is one area where I'll criticize her and other people that make fragrance content. All fragrances last on fucking clothes. Every weak performing bottle of trash lasts on fucking clothes.
I ended up overspraying and then it was gross because it was oversprayed and it just wasn't intense enough for me. I felt like I needed more from it. It had this like waxiness to it, which impeded an actual scent. I really preferred the Hadlaj Nuha better for that pink.
Right away, we know she's honest because she's telling us that first Lattafa was trash, which most of them are.
Florals, pink berries, and whipped cream kind of vibe in an affordable fragrance. I mean, I like it. It's just wearing it wasn't intense enough for me. And then there's the Yara Tus, which is more tropical. Yes, it's the colors of Sol de Janeiro, but I don't feel like it's a dupe of the Bum Bum Cream. Oh, this one's good. It's definitely got like a pineapple in it with a tropical kind of flair. But I think a lot of you know these already. So we were really excited for the Yara Candy. And you know, a brand doesn't make a big deal out of a launch if they're not confident it's going to be mass appealing. They're not going to do that. Gosh, it literally smells like those candies from the nozzle. So the first burn.
That's the difference between content creators. When one has a bunch of jewelry in her ears and on her wrists, and the other has all his jewelry in his fucking teeth.
First, you literally get this tartness, which is the green mandarin. It's not your typical citrus. It's tart, but not tart like rhubarb, which I'm not crazy about. It's a green mandarin. And then you also get this syrupy sweetness from the black currant. That sparkling kind of sugary tart opening after like 2 minutes, it then goes into like the center of this candy, a more soft, chewy, fruity kind of center, which is that sparkling strawberry fizz candy that you're getting. And then at the dry down, it is more of this ambery, musky vanilla with a little bit of pink fruitiness kind of feel to it in the base there. Now, this is what made it really easy for me to play with it and layer with it. It was really easy. Anything else I wanted to wear that night, it was so easy to layer over and just gave that beautiful pink creamy undertone to whatever else I was wearing. Personally, I got to try the Yara Moi while I was there. really liked it and layered really well with this. Made it a beautiful, like white velvety petal, because it is a white floral with this creamy, pink creamy from this, and it was just to die for together. After that dry down, it's that strawberry fizz center. It then kind of circles back around, and I get a little bit of this sweet and tart kind of aspect again with this vanilla powdered sugar aspect to it. It is really easy to like. I mean, no, this is not like, you know, going to a red carpet event. I mean, it is meant to be a really easy reach, affordable, youthful kind of fragrance. If you're expecting this to be your special occasion of fragrance, it is not that. I don't want to mislead anyone. However, it is, for me, the best of the Yaras. And for me, now that I've tried them all now, I think the white one might be my second favorite, but hard to say because.
Hold on a second. I think Greta meant the second best Yara. We have the best Yara in the chat. 0.3% of my audience is women.
This was so much on my body when I wore that, it really was the layering that I was getting versus just the white one. I never really got that alone on my skin. I was pretty baked in this. Performance. Now, performance, I feel, is a little better than the other ones. It is better on clothing than on skin, for sure. I felt like it was adequate. I'm getting like the 6-hour kind of mark. It's adequate. This is not a beast. There are Lattafas that last longer, but this whole collection is not really known for that. It's known for being just more easy reach, lighter, affordable kind of fragrance. But I do feel like this one performs the best out of all of them. I feel like they really leaned into this fragrance to make it better, and they did. It's so much more gratifying than the other ones. I felt like they smelled great from the nozzle, but when I wore it, it just was like, where are you? Where are you? I need more from you. Where I wasn't getting that from this. I felt like I could really smell this one. It is not a big projector. You're not going to be like leaving a big, like walking in and people are going to know you. You're going to have to get a little closer for them to know it. I don't really think it gives a big sillage either. So the performance in that regard is more modest. But in your little bubble, it's going to be okay. And you're going to truly smell good if anybody comes up on you. The good thing about the performance on this is it really works well in hot and humid weather, which is where I was wearing it.
This fragrance does not say review in the title, yet she has given us more of an assessment than any video that I've seen with the word review on it in the last fucking 6 months. Oh, fragrance community.
Where you actually want something like that. Now, I haven't tested it in other weather yet. It is a little bit more comfortable here in California. It is more comfortable here, more mild, I'm going to say. It's not as like muggy here. But it's not cloying in that weather, which is nice because it's not a huge performer. So you can wear it in any kind of weather. You can wear this to work and it's going to be fine. You're going to smell really cute. If Yara was an easy blind buy, this is an even easier blind buy. And Yara, I mean, it got so hyped. The only people like me that were.
That fragrance, by the way, is only $50. And she has a fucking a code? What? I might see, that's these people that think they gotta lie, they gotta shill. She was pretty honest about this fragrance. She said, no, it's not the greatest fucking smelling fragrance in the world. No, it's not beast mode. It does perform better than other fragrances. She didn't shill for this fucking brand. Yet I might have to pick this up for the wifey here.
Disappointed were because it was so hyped that it kind of had my expectations walking in the door, you know, way up here.
And she is putting the hype on blast, saying it was overhyped, honesty, assessing the fragrance, having it in her hands. That's actually not the full presentation. That is actually even more of a presentation because she has like this special launch version of the fragrance. My God.
This is actually an even safer blind buy, I think. Now, there are codes out there. I think it's starting at 50, which felt high to me because I feel like I got the Yara for like $22, $25. So it felt like, okay, well, but maybe that's that list price.
She has a link and a code, and she's still saying that it's overpriced. The honesty on this woman. Whoa.
And then I started seeing it on Amazon, same sellers. I don't know. But I do have codes, Greta directly from Lattafa USA and Greta 5 over at Beauty House, who is the...
And the code isn't fucking Joma Shop. It's from the actual company selling the fucking fragrance.
Lattafa distributor and online store. They're also the same people that are on Amazon. So I'll link those different sources, just see which discount code. I mean, they should at this point be all the same, but at least it saves you a little bit of money. I mean, not much, but a little bit of money. I think that is my opinion on it. And I have to say, they did like an amazing event. The vibe there was so...
From the event. She was at the event. Slow clap. Hold on. This woman in one video has done more to shit on this pathetic community of fake it till you make it frauds than I could do with any amount of content. I could make content for years and I cannot shit on these fucking lames any more than she did with a review that's not even titled a review. She just actually just took a dump on this entire community of fake reviewers and force them to rub it in their chest. I love this woman. Why have I not seen more of her shit? Oh my, what else is there? Look at that. The amount, and it's not even like, trying to suck up with her boobs. Look at all these sexy men's fragrances. Look, they're all fucking women's fragrances. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm literally trying to find some men's fragrances in here. And like, it's a struggle because she's actually, doing videos about the shit she's wearing. Aquatics.
Each year, Americans spend over $10 billion on oral hygiene products like gums, mouthwashes, and toothpaste.
The sun is shining. Spring is here. We're getting little...
God bless this rich lady too for putting affordable fragrances in there as well.
Teasers of summer, and I'm craving the Aquatic fragrances. Whether it be traveling and you want to feel more fresh, or if you have a day job that you want to know what you can wear during the day.
Now, Greta, don't be mentioning jobs. That's the last thing this community wants to hear is them knowing that you're gainfully employed. They hate that. They absolutely hate it.
Or anywhere where you're around people and you want to be fresh, clean, not imposing.
Now, Greta, I got to let you know a little secret. Most of these people that watch these videos aren't around people. They're in their basement somewhere.
These are the best, most versatile fragrances. I have the best ones for you for men and women. First up, I have by Orientica, the luxury collection, a brand new release. They have Azure Fantasy. If you look at this box, ginger zing hours ago.
That's a nice bottle.
So I'm still figuring it out. But so far I have I'm going to say adequate. Depth and spice to it. There's geranium, which is to me a very classic male, masculine. Aquatic. This is part of their Mediterranean collection. All these gorgeous blue glass bottles.
Why, Chris, the CEO, what on earth is that on Greta's wrist? What is that?
I really like all of them. I think there's 3. Love them all. I think Marbella is my favorite. Yeah.
Oh, I know what that is on Greta's wrist. I can tell by the specific band that's on that watch. Can anybody guess what kind of watch Greta's wearing? Chris isn't wearing it. It's in his lyrics, but he's not actually wearing it. But Greta is. What kind of watch is that? Let me guess. It is a fucking Rolly. Oh, Chris. I got good news and bad news, and they're both the same. You're fucking fired. The fuck out of here with your fucking bullshit fucking content.
I think it's my favorite. I've gone through so many bottles of this. There's not a lot of fragrances I have where I can say I burned through bottles on my own accord, not from my store. And this is one of them because it really is a ride or die. And I've got.
Wait a minute. I don't see Greta Beth, the CEO, in the channel name. I don't see Greta Beth, the boss. Yet she has her own fucking company, fragrance company. Interesting. Very interesting.
Gone through a few of the travel sizes because I like traveling with them. I really like Marbella. Oh, yes. If you're a fan of Joe Malone, wood, sage, and sea salt, forget it. I personally find that one way overpriced for what you're getting, and the longevity is like a half hour. I just could never justify it.
Yes, and yes, I have wood, sage, and sea salt, and it does indeed perform like shit. And I still don't know why people think smelling like salt and fucking pepper. It makes an interesting fragrance.
However, what I can justify is Theodoros Kalatinis, Asian salt and citrus. Same kind of light, almost like after bath splash kind of lightness. Almost like you were at the beach all day. And really like this one for summer and on men. The sapphire ones here, I think it's just peppery florals. It opens, pair them side by side. Calatini's, I think, BD.
Okay, this woman is in the danger zone here. Not because she's over 40 and unmarried, but because she is showing us right now probably my favorite BDK fragrance, which is BDK's Cell d'Argent. Don't fuck this up, Greta. Do not fuck this up.
BDK's Salle d'Argent, which is d'Argent. I don't know what
And she pronounced it correctly, unlike I did.
that means, but I think it's like sea salt. It's salt of the sea, I think. Maybe. I could be wrong. French isn't my first language. Or third. This one kind of similar to the Theodoros Kalatinis Asian salt and citrus. Pretty similar. In fact, I had to pick up that strip and compare them side by side. This one goes a little bit like pepperier, kind of, which is interesting because I don't even think that's listed in here. I think it's just peppery.
Oh, to Erica, if you're watching, take notes. She used the test strip and then she put it away. She did not hold it to her nose for the entire fucking video. God damn, that's a good fucking watch. God, look at that fucking watch.
Florals. It opens more citrus, sea salt. You get, I think, like orange blossom, which really lends to that aquatic kind of feel. Interestingly, very fresh, citrusy feel, but dries down. Definitely gets a little bit of this spice to it. A little, very tiny, more richness. But you know what? I would say the Theodoros Kalatinis is a great substitution for this. That's only $55 versus like $250. Big difference. 50 ml versus 100 ml, granted, but still $55. This is one that I have worn in the summer too. It probably leans a little bit masculine, but I can wear this when I'm at the beach or have been at the beach and haven't showered yet, and I spritz this on. I feel really fresh and clean. I feel like the Theodoros Kalatinis is a little more unisex, where this one, that little bit of spice you're getting in here, leans it a little bit masculine. Just a little bit. Not quite as bad as Citrus Riviera they have, which is the other one in this collection. But yeah, I find this one really good.
She's also right. It is a creamy coconut fragrance that does lean a little masculine. That's why I love it. And it is something I wear, not to the beach, but when I want to feel like I'm at the beach. And my second favorite is indeed Citrus Riviera, which is a very like a rank citrus, like the peel and everything. And that one also leans very masculine, and it's like my second favorite fragrance, and it also smells very niche.
Threw an affordable one in here for you guys. I got this at a discounter. This was, I'm going to say, under $50, this one. And it's Blue by Bulgari, Blue pour Homme. This one is, again, a really nice aquatic, but it definitely goes more aromatic than the others. It's really interesting because it's not as aquatic as some of the others, yet there's something about it that really feels aquatic in here. Very wet feeling, this fragrance. There's a little bit of tobacco leaf in here. It opens with cardamom and sandalwood. And I feel like it's very vibrant though. It's not citrus in here, but it definitely gives this vibrance, probably just coming from the cardamom. It's the ginger giving it that vibrancy. Ginger giving this zing, juniper giving this fresh, clean kind of feel, juniper. I like this one, especially for the price. I was really surprised. I saw Tammy from Tammy Loves Fragrances feature this, and I was like, wow, that sounds really good. I think I'm going to pick that up. I don't think the longevity is that great, but for the pricing, I think it's great, and you can just keep spraying this one. I think I like some of the others better, truth be told, but I do think this is a steal for the price. The Blue pour Homme. This one's definitely masculine, and it's another one that doesn't get a lot of attention that I love. Again, by Calatini's, and it's Sea God. I love this one. Definitely masculine.
This is another thing that is impressing me about this channel is the featuring fragrances that I've never heard of this brand or this fragrance, and I'm sure a lot of people haven't. But she's kind of bringing us like fragrances that are a little outside of the box that maybe a lot of us have never heard of, even though talking about other fragrances might be more popular, might get more views. I mean, God damn, it's a good channel. It's a damn good channel. And I'm surprised because I usually crap on the women's channels because they're usually the worst, but this ended up being one of the best.
This one, I believe the inspiration was the Greek god Poseidon. And that's literally how this feels, is Poseidon. Like, definitely get a more oceanic kind of big wave here. Like, there's energy in this one. There are some woody notes in here that really richen it up and give it depth. This one has more depth than the others while really keeping that aquatic feel. Opens with citrus like most of them, but it's that rich woodiness in here, almost like you've got this teak boat that is riding a big, massive, this one. He's been like a great, wood that really, and they are on the paper. On the paper, I see how similar they are. On my skin, I think. But yeah, Narciso, Blue.
I gotta see what she says about these roses here.
Noir. Then I have another new release for you. Last year there was Raja Parfums Isola Blue, which actually was a rebranding from the awkward name Oligarch with awkward timing. When he came out with that, he rebranded it in packaging that I much prefer.
And yes, don't let the fake influencers who probably never smelled either one of these fragrances fool you or pretend, oh, I've had it, but this one smells like really different. They're the same shit. They're the same shit. It is just rebranded. She's obviously smelled the first one because she knows this.
Which is this gorgeous blue that, again, matches my blouse because I tried. And the new Isola Soul with this gorgeous, like, sunflower sunburst kind of cap in these yellow Swarovski crystals. A lot of similarities and some profound differences. Now, I sprayed it on paper, but I've worn them both. And
by the way, for the full bottles don't matter, people. I won't even buy a fucking tester of Roja. You know why? Because they don't come with the fucking gorgeous caps. And to replace a cap, because I did make that mistake once with my first Roja, I bought a fucking tester. Those caps are like $50, $60. But the bottle doesn't matter.
And I feel like they're a lot more different on my skin than they are on the paper. On the paper, I see how similar they are. On my skin, they're profoundly different. I find Isola Blue to lean a little bit masculine. Isola.
Yes. Do you hear how she described the difference between paper and skin? Because she's actually worn the fragrances. And yes, they are very different. That Isola Blue, you spray that in the air, you spray that on paper, it is all like fucking citrus. Once you wear that shit, you realize it is a very woody fragrance.
Soul to lean a little bit feminine. I'm picking straws here. Like they're both pretty unisex, but with the yellow florals in here, more ylang-ylang pulls here. And on here, I get this citrusy, aquatic kind of feel on here. There's something about it that pulls masculine. They both have that coconut in there that gives it this creaminess. I feel like this pulls a little more of the coconut. You know, on a gorgeous hot summer day, when you see that mirage in the air, you see the squiggle lines in front of you. I don't know what creates it, but you get that wave. And this gives me that feeling of like those heat waves like from the horizon, where it's almost like the heat coming from the earth, that mirage feel. The soul in here, it really gives that solar feel without going, which I hate, disgusting like chemical sunscreen feel. Whenever I see solar notes, I cringe and say, I'm probably not going to like that because I don't like sunscreen. And I'm always leery because it might put that chemical in there that does that. This does not have that. It's really strong, ylang-ylang, yellow florals, more in tuned with a fresher version of Fragrance du Bois Eau Joie Intense in their color collection, which is basically the color yellow. And they use the yellow.
Notice how when she compares it to another fragrance, she doesn't compare it to YSL. She doesn't compare it to Invictus. She doesn't use the phrase bubble gum. Why doesn't she use these phrases, these key phrases that most YouTube reviewers use in their videos? Why doesn't she? Because she actually knows about fragrances. She's actually smelled more than the latest designer trash.
Florals, really heavy yellow florals like that is what I get. Creamy, silky kind of florals in there. Man, I like this. But definitely get that warm solar kind of feel from it. Whereas this one, I get more of this Mediterranean Sea influence with a strong overlap in here. They are flankers, so I do get a lot of overlap in here.
You know, Jonathan, early on when I started collecting stuff, I had that stupid idea in my mind too, like the cap doesn't matter. It's just all about the juice. And I did this with a few Creed testers. And then one day I said, oh, these Creeds look horrible with no fucking cap. And I went and I got somebody that makes me 3D printed caps. So I was able to get caps for every Creed I have except Creed Viking. And even now, when I look at all the Creeds lined up, I can still see that fucking 3D cap, that 3D printed cap just staring me in the face, looking cheap as fuck. I will never buy a tester that doesn't come with the fucking cap.
Here. Gosh, I don't even know which one I like better. They're both amazing. I feel like this one's easier for me to wear because it just seems to lend to feminine skin a little better. But maybe it's the blue that I'm so drawn to in here that I really like the Isola Blue.
And also, not a lot of people know this. A fragrance can go feminine or masculine based on whether it's on a man's skin or a woman's skin. Like take Santal 33, which smells like extremely like a sugary, like a sandalwood. It's very woody, but on a woman, it smells like very bright. And it's the same fragrance. It just comes off different off of a woman's skin. And a lot of people don't know that because they don't actually wear the fragrances. And most of them don't know women.
Isola Blue I fell hard for, but I do feel like this does better on men's skin, the Isola Blue. I just find it so stunning on a man. So I don't know, maybe a tie, his and hers. So there were a lot of masculine fragrances in there. I think all of them a man could wear. Women can wear like half of them, but I do think it's a profile that just really lends to men really nicely. Gosh, I love those fragrances. What are some of your favorite aquatic fragrances now that it's getting nice out? We're kind of pulling out these fresher fragrances.
Well, if you're not convinced now after watching an actual reviewer, somebody that actually puts quite a bit of an effort into their content and into their channel, if you haven't figured it out by now, most of this other stuff is like McDonald's value menu. We just got served up a fucking steak with fucking asparagus and baked potato. We just got served a real fucking meal here. And what we've been watching is just absolute fucking 2 for $4 McDonald's garbage. My God. Just my God, the difference. There's levels to this shit. A lot of these content creators, and let's be honest, when they come out and when they have all these affiliate links to Joma Shop, and they pretend that, oh, Joma Shop, they reached out to me. Fragrance Buy, they reached out to me. No, they didn't reach out to them. What they did, those nobodies, those hacks, what they did is what they signed up to one of the many various affiliate companies. And what you could do is say, my channel here, I went and signed up to this company. Let's just make up a name here, like such and such affiliates incorporated. And what I would do is I would sign up. So Joma Shop and Fragrance Buy, not knowing who the hell I am, I would sign up, and then suddenly this company who procures these promos and makes them for the companies would send me a bunch of affiliate links from Joma Shop, from Fragrance Buy, from Max Aroma, even from major companies, depending on how big my channel is. So when they pretend like I'm a real reviewer and this is a business, and look at these companies reaching out to me, they are fucking liars. Google is your friend, people. Type promo codes, how to get promo codes in your Google search, and you can sign up right now for anything. If you have a YouTube, if you have a TikTok, anybody can get them. That vintage is tough. You kind of got to take it how you can find it at that point. Yeah, Citrus Riviera, some good stuff. I remember, because a lot of people don't know what samples and decants are for. I was given a sample of Citrus Riviera from Max Aroma, and when I wore that, it didn't even have. I think it was like a vial sized spray. It was a vial sized sample, but it had a little tiny sprayer, and I was spraying it, and it was so good. I barely got like 2 wearings out of it. And on the second wearing, the damn thing broke, the sprayer, and I had to bite it off with my teeth. And I tasted a little bit of the Citrus Riviera, and it tastes like just the nastiest rank citrus possible. So don't eat the fragrance, don't drink the fragrances. Actually wear them. And that is what samples are for. They're not to make videos with. They're not to say, you know what? I like this fragrance, but it's $400. I'll just enjoy this. Me, you could see like this isn't even a decant that I bought. I was given it. This is Godolphin. I wore it once, and when you wear it one time, you're gonna know whether you like it or not. And I went and I bought a full bottle of it. So a lot of times these that are given to me they go to waste. I don't know why I would like wear this and then if I like it, make a video about it, and then in the future get a bottle. Like why I wouldn't just like it and then get the bottle and hey, I liked it so much I bought the bottle. Maybe I should make a video about it. And they always want to put the cart before the horse, and it's usually a dead horse. And then that's okay because I will come and beat the dead horse. I will beat the dead horse and I will shove this right up there. What is this? My next review is going to be a 20 ml bottle of Issey Miyake Fusion to Issey. It's the full presentation, but really small. Can I still open my video by saying this is the full review? Brad, you are a fucking goat and a fucking legend. I think you could have a stranger spray one spray in the air and walk by it and give us a full review, and that review will be better than 98% of the content that we usually watch. And then probably the next day you'll probably have the shower gel, the loofah, the soap. You know, that's one thing. That is just another straw man that these guys like to pull. But that guy does it. You know, can you imagine me at like 5'8" and I step on a basketball court and I'm like, I want to be a pro NBA player, and I'm smoking a cigar and I got the bag of McDonald's French fries, and they say, you want to be a professional athlete and you're showing up like that? And I say, well, Michael Jordan smoked cigars and he ate like shit. You know what the trainers at that facility are going to tell me? They're going to tell me, you are not Michael Jordan. And that's one thing that these guys got to realize is when Brad, when Robes, when these other guys have a decant, you are not them. You are not Brad. You are not Robes. You are basement dude. You are basement dude who just got in this a year ago, who rushes out and buys a decant of fragrances that aren't out yet because you know goddamn well you ain't gonna make a video like Greta. You're gonna make some cheap McDonald's fucking filth. And your only chance of getting any kind of viewership with your garbage content is not to be the best, not to be even good, not to be halfway decent, not even to be, hey, at least he told me what it smelled like. Your only chance in this space is to be first, and that's all you got. And I love it because it gives me a reason to laugh, and it gives me content. And Brad, I don't know what you think of these people coming up after you, not knowing a goddamn thing. The foundation that you've built, the groundwork for sharing your knowledge and your passion of fragrances, for these guys to come in their cheap flip-flops full of mud and trample all over this road that you've built for us, laid down for us to do what we do, and to come in and not know shit, to say everything smells like bubblegum. I don't know how you could just sit back and idly watch these morons. I don't know how you do it. You're like Gandhi. You're so composed. If I were you, I'd be like, hold the fuck up, people. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing here? No, another big problem I have in this community. I got a bunch of problems with this community, I guess, but one of the problems I have in this community is Versace Eros Energy is coming out. Let me make a video of a picture of Versace Eros Energy, even though I never smelled it. It's coming, people. It's coming. And then when it gets released, not here in the United States, but in France or something, let me go Let me go fetch a fucking sample of Versace Eros Energy and let me go get that and try to be the first. And then I'll smell it for a day. And then, months later, the fragrance will come out. And then finally, I'll make another video with the Versace Eros Energy. And I will have milked 3 fucking videos out of that one fragrance and still not know what the fuck I was talking about. And a good example is Invictus Aqua 2024. You guys know that re-release of Invictus Aqua 2016? Yeah, they re-released it in France. And what people were doing is, and trust me, I tried to buy it from Paco Rabanne, but they don't ship to the United States. And then I seen it on eBay, and they were selling these bottles for $300. And I said, wait a minute. These idiots at Paco Rabanne should be releasing this in the United States. So I'm going to go buy it off an eBay person for $300 and spend more than it costs. And I'm going to line the pockets of some, piece of trash that is buying up a ton of bottles and selling them on the basis of FOMO to the United States. And then thirdly, I'm going to reward Paco Rabanne because now they've sold a ton of bottles to the secondhand market, to these eBayers. So I'm going to reward them for not releasing it in the United States. No, that is not happening, and that did not happen. What I did do, and is what you guys should do, is you guys should say, Paco Rabanne, Jean Paul Gaultier, no, bitch. I could go buy another fragrance. See, I got the money that you need as a company. You ain't got the fragrance that I need because I can go buy something else. See, I can go buy from a company that has it and it'll sell to me right now. You guys have the power. You're the consumer. They have to cater to you. You don't have to cater to them. You don't have to go to France and I have to have this right now. And what I did, I waited for that Invictus Aqua. And guess what? It's on Paco Rabanne's website right now. And it's like, I want to say it's like $130. If you add it to the cart, it'll say 120. And then guess what I did? I said, no, Paco Rabanne, you're going to give me a discount too. Yep. Yeah. And then I signed up for their newsletter and they gave me another discount. And that fragrance ended up costing probably like $120 with shipping and tax and everything. And no, I didn't spend $300 on it. I spent $120, which is what it should cost. And it arrives tomorrow. What also arrives tomorrow, by the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, Jean Paul Gaultier and Paco Rabanne in the United States ship from the exact same warehouse, which is why I get this in the exact same day, is Jean Paul Gaultier's Paradise Garden. And I picked up a navitus. Don't worry, I didn't pay $200 for the 50 ml of a navitus that somebody wanted. No, I picked it up for $80 off Mercari. Yeah, that's my navitus coming. And oh my God, Harrods exclusive. Remember the Harrods exclusive Parfums de Marly Haltain? Harrods exclusive. No, I didn't pay $400 from Harrods for it. I don't even think I paid $300. I waited till the tester came for about $220 because you can put exclusive on it all you want, but I don't fall for that trash. And anybody try Nishane Fan Your Flames? this is how we're going to end this live stream, and I'm going to share with you about Nishane Fan Your Flames. I wish I could pull out a bunch of like bottles that are blind buys that I could say, oh my God, this blind buy, what was I thinking? It's absolutely terrible. The blind buys that I got were like, that aren't good, are usually like a couple of Lattafas. This actually not bad. I just give it a hard time. It's kind of a pretty much just like a bergamot smell. The only Lattafa that I had that I was like, whoa, that's absolute garbage, is that Mason Alhambra shitty Lamensite clone. That one was garbage. I wasn't joking. It did smell like pine sol, and I did sell it. So my blind buy, never blind buy. My blind buy that I paid $40 for, I sold it for like 30. Shipped it for like $5. So rather than get a decant of it for like $10, I bought it and I had the full bottle. I sprayed as much as I want. I could freaking spray it in the air all I want. Then I got rid of it, and it cost me 15 instead of 10. But I'm supposed to spend hundreds of dollars on decants. No. And Fan Your Flames is a fragrance that I blind bought, but ultimately, none of these are really blind buys to me. The reason they're not blind buys, the reason this isn't a blind buy, is because I can read the notes in it, and I know I like tobacco. I know I like the spices that are in this. I know Creed's history. I know what kind of musks that's going to be in it. I know what kind of ambergris is going to be in it. I know the patchouli they use. What I smelled when I smelled this wasn't like, oh, what? These aren't really blind buys. Like a lot of these fragrances are not blind buys. I saw Ross's video on this and I spoke to him about this fragrance. It's called Virtus Vanilla Oud. So when I smelled this, he was pretty much right on the money with what he described. So this wasn't really a blind buy. None of these are actual, what they're telling you is a blind buy. I mean, I can just go through a ton of these fragrances. Habit Rouge Parfum, again, thank you, Sebastian. Not really a blind buy, because get ready for this, people. A good reviewer, if you watch good reviewers, they're very good at describing the way a fragrance smells, and that is the reason they exist. Remember what TLTG says, I blind buy so you don't have to. That's the point of a reviewer. These aren't really blind buys. And you have to be careful. At some point, because I do tell people to sample. They're usually when it's like a very challenging fragrance. But I'm going to limit or absolutely stop telling people to sample, because I think it's a cop out. I think if I'm not a reviewer, so I don't even shouldn't even be held to the standard, but I think if you're a good fragrance reviewer, you shouldn't have to tell anybody to sample, because that's your job. You're supposed to try it. You're supposed to wear it. You're supposed to tell me what it smells like. I'm supposed to like use you to decide if I want to go buy this. And I think it's just a cop out. Like, I don't trust what I'm telling you enough, so please go try it first. Well, then what the hell did I watch your fucking 10-minute video for? So like I said, most of these fragrances are not blind buys because I actually watch good reviewers. And if I watched crappy reviewers, I'd have Fragrance Dude's collection and it'd all smell like fucking bubble gum. All right, I'm out of here, people. Thank you guys for watching. I'll try to leave this stream up